Today is a monumental day for the web. Today is the day that Google replaces one of its core web vitals, a metric called first input delay, with interaction to next pane, or IMP for short. But today may not be as monumental as people are making out. What seems to be slipping through the cracks is that while yes, IMP does now matter to SEO, it hasn't suddenly just become a problem overnight. If you have an IMP problem today, it doesn't mean it wasn't a problem yesterday just because Google wasn't using it for ranking. IMP isn't an SEO metric, it's a user experience metric. Google are just using its influence on their ranking algorithm as a stick to beat you with because traditionally, giving our industry the carrot hasn't worked very well. The metric has been available for the best part of 2 years, and the Google Search Console has been emailing warnings around for about a year as well. So the only thing that might be monumental for you today is this being in the news and you actually finding out you have a problem that you've potentially had for years. If you want to run a quick check to see how you're faring, runvision.com has a free tool where you can check your core Web Vitals history. Thankfully, Google have been including IMP in their Crux data for over a year now, so you can even see how you're trending over time too. Of course, if you care neither about SEO or your users, today has no special relevance. You can simply stop this video, go on about your day, naively ignoring web performance. Or can you? There is a third dimension, conversion rates. If you check out this blog post from SpeedCurve, you'll see that a fall in INP correlates with a fall in conversion rate. And not only that, but for some of their customers, conversion started degrading from an INP of just 100 milliseconds. That's half of Google's 200 millisecond threshold necessary to achieve a pass. So if you care about SEO, your users, or conversion rates, let me quickly walk you through why this change from first input delay to interaction to next pane is important. The writing's been on the wall for first input delay for years now. Almost all websites pass Google's threshold, despite much of the web being barely glued together like a jumble sale of poor performing JavaScript, enormous DOMs, and overly complex CSS. So it never really was a very useful metric. But tightening the threshold wouldn't be enough alone. There are hints to first input delay's limitations in its name. It only measures the first interaction. Unless you've been living under a rock for the past 3 decades, you know that websites have evolved since the 90s where you'd simply click from page to page. Most websites nowadays house a plethora of forms, real-time search and filtering, live chat, cookie banners, and a whole bunch of other things to interact with within a page itself. And that's before we even get on to single page architecture, where basically everything has been hidden from first input delay. IMP measures every interaction, so it will surface anything that's been hiding in the background. I'm sure we can all agree that it's great when a website loads quickly, but after that point, there's nothing more frustrating than tapping, clicking, or typing in something and being left wondering why nothing's happening. Did you do something wrong? Is the website broken, for example? As this diagram from Google shows, not only does IMP measure every interaction, it measures a far broader picture. Not only the input delay, i.e. the time between the user interacting and the start of processing that interaction, but also the time it takes to process the input, i.e. where all the excessive JavaScript lives, and the time it takes to show something, anything on the screen, i.e. how complex is your DOM and CSS, for example. I hope you agree that this is an immensely useful piece of data to give us the confidence that our websites and web applications aren't causing significant frustration. In fact, this is why I love INP and Core Web Vitals collectively. They aren't industry specific. It doesn't matter whether you have a public website or an administrative portal. They're relevant and they are a great measure of whether you're creating a slick, enjoyable user experience or possibly causing people to throw their phones at the wall in anger, let alone putting up some barriers to conversion. So let me know how you're faring on INP and what your plans are to either optimize or maintain it going forward. I'd love to hear from you below. And for more content like this, you can follow me or you can head to lessonsofacto.com.